Hello everyone. Our today's topic is lock objects. Now, what is locking or what is the concept of locking in SAP? Suppose we have more than one users and all want to change the same data at the same time, but at a time only one user can change the data. So in SAP we can achieve this concept that at a time only one user can change the data with the help of lock objects or with the help of locking concept. So what is locking in SAP? If we have multiple users and all want to change the same data at the same time, then at a time only one user can change the data. So lock objects is used or it is used to achieve the synchronization in SAP. In SAP we can create the lock objects with the help of SC11 transaction code, which is the transaction code for the data dictionary. Now this is the last radio button which is used to create a lock object. Now whenever I am creating a customer specific object or whenever we are creating a customer specific object in SAP, its first name always starts with Z or Y. But in case of lock object, you have to add a prefix E before Z or Y. So whenever you are creating a lock object, its first name always starts with E and after that we have Z or Y. So E is a prefix in case of lock object. Now I am giving the name of the lock object, suppose EZ underscore sales. Now I am clicking on the create button. Suppose my short description is lock object for sales document number. Now I will go for tables tab. Now in this case I am creating a lock object for sales document number. So I am opening one more section or one more session for SC11. We have database table VBAK, which is the header table for sales document number. I will create a lock object for sales document number, that is VBELN. So I will put the name of the table as VBAK. And in the so I will give the name of the table as VBAK, or whenever I am moving on to third tab, that is lock parameter. Now we have already VBELN. Now in lock objects we have various types of mode. Now we have major three types of modes, or we have total three types of lock modes. First one is our read lock, second one is our write lock, and third one is our enhanced write lock. In SAP, in lock objects we have total three types of mode. First one is our read lock, second one is our write lock, third one is our enhanced write lock. Now read lock is also called as shared lock, write lock is also called as exclusive lock, and enhanced write lock is also called as exclusive but not cumulative. Read lock is also called as shared lock, write lock is also called as exclusive lock, and enhanced write lock is called as exclusive but not cumulative. So what is this read lock, write lock, and enhanced write lock? So first we will discuss what is read lock. In case of read lock, other users can read the data but the other users cannot change the data. What is read lock? In case of read lock, other users can read the data but other users cannot change the data. Now we have write lock. In case of write lock, other users cannot read the data, other users cannot even change the data. In case of write lock, other users cannot read the data, other users cannot change the data. Now we have enhanced write lock, which is also called as exclusive not cumulative. This is actually a enhanced version of write lock, which has the same function. Other users cannot read the data, other users cannot change the data, but it has some additional function. What is that function? It protects further access from the same transaction. What is the additional feature in this exclusive not cumulative? It protects further access from the same transaction. I will show you in the example. This is exclusive not cumulative. So we have total major three types of lock modes. First one is read lock, which is also called as shared lock. Second, we have write lock, which is also called as exclusive lock. Third one is our enhanced write lock, which is called as exclusive not cumulative. In case of read lock, other users can read the data, but they cannot change the data. In case of write lock, other users cannot change the data, other users cannot read the data. In case of exclusive not cumulative, or in case of enhanced write lock, other users cannot read the data, other users cannot change the data, but in this we have some additional feature. What is that? It protects further access from the same transaction, for the same transaction. Now we will cover this in the practical example. Now for time being, suppose I am creating firstly read lock. I am taking the lock mode as read lock. I am saving the lock object. I am saving the lock object as a local object. Now I am checking for the syntax of the lock object. Now I am activating the lock object. Now our lock object is activated. Now we have another important concept. Whenever we are creating a lock objects, two function modules will be automatically generated. Now what is the transaction code for function module? SC37 is the transaction code for the function modules. Whenever we are creating a lock object, two function modules will be automatically generated. First one is NQ underscore object name, and second one is our DQ underscore object name. Now what is this NQ underscore object name and what is this DQ underscore object name? NQ is used for locking the object, DQ is used for unlocking the object. Now we will move on to SC37 transaction code, and here we will see the two function modules which are generated by the SCP. First one is our NQ underscore lock object name. So NQ QUEUE underscore, but is our lock object name EZ underscore sales. Now this is my first function module which is used for locking. Now we have the second function module, that is DQ underscore lock object name. Now this is the second function module which is used for unlocking. So whenever you are creating a lock object, two function modules will be automatically generated. First one with NQ underscore object name, second one is with DQ underscore object name. Now see, whenever I am displaying this NQ function module, in the lock object we have taken the mode as read lock. So now we'll check the values. We will go to import tab. See, our mode is S. S stands for shared lock or S stands for read lock. So whenever you are taking the mode as read lock, the default value is S. Suppose I am changing it from read to write lock. Suppose now I am saving the lock object, I am activating the lock object. Now if I am checking for the value in this function module again NQ underscore, now see, now the value of the mode and now the value of the lock mode is E. E means exclusive lock or write lock. So in case of read lock, the default value is S. In case of write lock, the default value is E. Now we are taking third mode, that is enhanced write lock or exclusive not cumulative lock. Now I am activating the object. Now if I am checking for the values in this function module again, now we have the value of the mode is X. So in case of read lock, the value is S. In case of write lock, the value is E. In case of enhanced write lock or exclusive not cumulative lock, the value is, the default value is X. So whenever you are creating a lock object or whenever you are changing something in the lock object, these function modules, every time SAP is regenerating these function modules. Okay. Now we have one important transaction code, that is our SM12 transaction code, SM12. This transaction code is used for seeing the lock entries. We have one important transaction code, that is SM12 transaction code, which is used for seeing the lock entries. Now we will continue this topic in the next lecture.